Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for joining me here today for a new pick a card reading. For anyone that's new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa, and today's video topic is going to be a love energy check-in between you and your person. Specifically, we're going to be focusing in on present energy. What are your assumptions about this connection versus what is really going on in the connection? Now, what's really exciting about today's video is that this is going to be a collaboration reading with my very good friend, Psychic Goddess Erika. So my video, as I mentioned, is going to be focusing in on more present energies of this connection, your assumptions versus the reality. And then you're going to head over to Erika's channel to look into the future energy of this connection. So you're really going to want to make sure that you guys view both videos so that you can really get the full picture of what's happening in this relationship, both currently and coming into the future. All right, so I will have Erika's video linked in the description box down below and probably somewhere throughout the readings for easy access as you guys are viewing your pile. So let's go ahead and get into our card selection for the present energy of this connection, your assumptions versus the reality of what's going on. So starting on the left-hand side, we have pile number 1 with some rhodochrosite. We have pile 2 with some aqua obsidian. And we have pile 3 with some selenite. So think about your person, think about your connection. Go ahead and pause the video if you need more time to make your choice. And once you've made your selection, you can locate the timestamp for your chosen pile in the description box down below. See you there. Hey there, group number 1. If you guys found your way to your reading with the pink rhodochrosite heart, this is going to be your reading all about your assumptions of what's happening in this relationship versus what's really happening in the connection as the energy stands right now. So after you view your present energy check-in with me, you're going to head over to Psychic Goddess Erika's channel where you're going to look into the future of the connection and where it's headed. So looking into assumptions first, we start off with friendship. We have cheers. We have interference. Okay, that's interesting. We have an 8 of Pentacles. And we have the 7 of Cups. Okay, group 1. What is your assumption of what's happening here? So I definitely feel like there's an energy here of assuming what you guys are feeling about this relationship is I definitely feel that you guys have a bond with this person, with friendship coming up here. Maybe this is someone you guys have known for quite some time, or it's someone that you just feel really familiar with and really comfortable with. There does appear to be like a solid foundation of friendship that you guys are assuming with this person. It's interesting though, because with the number 23, this adds up to the number 5, and number 5s talk about change. And they sometimes talk about challenges that we can go through, which help to kind of catalyze change, if that makes sense. So with there being the energy of cheers here, I do kind of feel as though you guys are assuming that this is a friendship that could be leading to more. You know, we definitely have cups here, which talk about feelings. So I definitely think that there is like an emotional connection that you guys are feeling with this person, and you may be assuming that they have with you as well. Cheers is also talking about like dating. It talks about like new beginnings, happiness, celebration. So it's like, I think that you guys might be feeling as though there's a lot of potential for this relationship to like be able to evolve into a little bit more, maybe ascend to a higher level of commitment. So if you all are just friends with this person, I think that there's like an energy of feeling like, okay, we could be romantic together. We could have like a romantic connection together. Maybe if you guys are already in a committed relationship with this person, you know that there's a solid foundation here, but it's like, okay, I'm assuming that like we could even go to the next level beyond just a committed relationship, like maybe an engagement. There's like, this talks about anniversaries and celebrating milestones, right? So I definitely feel there's an assumption of like hitting certain milestones with this person, having a change in whatever the current dynamic of the connection is, specifically to being something more romantic. I think you guys feel as though this person could check off a lot of your boxes with the Nine of Cups as well. Like when you're with them, you feel a sense of fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, and maybe you're assuming that this person feels that same way about you. But what's interesting here with like the Nine of Cups coming through is, for me, there are times when this card, even though it does talk about emotional fulfillment, you'll notice it's a very individual energy. We have one person here dancing in front of the moon. And so what I've noticed about this card is that sometimes the emotional fulfillment is one-sided. So for example, this could be like someone in the connection wanting the emotional fulfillment, but not being willing to be flexible to get it in a way that benefits both of you. Does that make sense? So it's like they want it when they want it on their terms, without maybe having to put in a lot of effort, if that makes sense. You know, like this could be someone saying, hey, I'm going to be at this location at this time. Will I see you there? And you're like, I don't know about that. You know, like rather than them just saying like, let's put in some, like, rather than them just like making a solid plan and putting in effort to meet you somewhere. Does that make sense? So that's just something I'm getting here for some of you. But bringing it over here to this side of the reading, we have the interference card and the Eight of Pentacles, work in progress. So I think that you guys are perceiving or assuming that there could be something else going on within this connection that's maybe blocking the two of you from being able to put in the work to actually tangibly get this connection to change from friendship into something more. Maybe you guys are assuming this person is dating other people or that they are in a current committed relationship with someone. Just the way that this card is illustrated is making me feel that there's an assumption of them kind of like having their options open romantically. But interference could also be talking about just anything going on that you guys are perceiving as like getting in the way of progress here. With the Eight of Pentacles being here, this can be talking about work too. So like maybe you're assuming that this person is needing to focus on themselves, needing to focus on their work, their money, their finances, and this could be what's interfering with this connection going from just being friends into something more. It's like with work in progress coming in, it's just like the way that they're kind of drawing this face. It's almost like you guys are assuming your person just has maybe a lot of self work to do, or it could be your energy as well. Maybe you guys are feeling like both have a lot of work to do on themselves. And this could be where that interference is coming from. So we also have true love coming in. So there's a lot of love in this connection you guys are feeling. And we also have wishful thinking. So yeah, it's like, I definitely think you guys assume that this is a connection that's based in love. Again, we have friendship here, and friendship should be based in love. So there's definitely that feeling of pure, like genuine love and happiness that you all are feeling with this person. But I think there's also a part of you that feels as though this is like wishful thinking. And this I think it has to do with the tangible effort of things. You know, maybe you've been doing a lot of daydreaming about this person, or you feel this person does a lot of daydreaming about you, but then when it comes to actually putting in that tangible effort, maybe there's this energy of like, I don't know that they're really going to do that. That would be nice, but wishful thinking. Okay. So let's look and see, based off of, this is what your assumption is. So let's look to see what's actually happening in this connection based off the energy that as it stands today. So we've got hope. We have take a chance. We have higher purpose. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And we have the King of Swords. Interesting. So what's actually happening? I think that a lot of this feels like it could be in your head. Like what's actually happening in this connection is that I think there's a lot of daydreaming and fantasizing about this relationship. And I think you guys might be picking up on that a little bit with the wishful thinking here. But like when I think of hope is a beautiful energy because it's like we're thinking about this relationship and we have a lot of high hopes and dreams for change. But when we are in an energy of hope, it doesn't always equal an energy of taking action, right? And with the King of Swords being here, this is definitely like one or both of you being really in your head about this, taking a much more logical approach to this versus going from the heart space, right? Like a King of Swords would be a person that's very like methodical, very brainy, like this would be the type of person that could like talk themselves out of doing something because it's not logical, right? And we know that love and romance are not always logical, right? It's something emotional. It's totally different. So I think there is a lot of being in your head. And I think here with the Wheel of Fortune and taking a chance here, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, this really talks about, kind of does talk about taking a chance, right? I think what's really going on right now is that the universe has maybe placed this person into your life, right? And so, but what happens is like the universe can put someone on your path, but unless you're willing to actually take the action to make something of that opportunity, nothing happens, right? So this is almost like a lesson, I feel like, in co-creating with the universe a little bit here, because this card really talks about having to take a risk, right? And with love, it's going to be an emotional risk. You understand? So like you can't win if you don't play. I feel like if this connection hasn't really gotten off the ground or evolved in a way that you guys want it to, it's because both people in this relationship may not be actually putting themselves out there emotionally. No one's been willing to like take the risk. It's been more of this logical approach and being kind of dreamy and hopeful for the future, but like no one seems to be wanting to like put forth that effort to create the change that you want to see. So with higher purpose coming in here, this is really interesting because I feel like this is saying that this is like more of a lesson that's happening for you, that this connection is presenting. Like whether you guys end up with this person or not, you're learning a lesson right now about taking action and taking chances and putting yourself out there in love. And it's helping you guys to align with maybe like your higher purpose. Maybe this connection is preparing you to connect with someone else that could be more in alignment with your higher purpose too. And this could also be like, you know, I know I'm reading it more as you, but this is also your person's energy as well. You guys could be doing a lot of mirroring energies right now. So this person could be, I'm getting Gemini energy from this, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but like this person could be, you know, more in their head versus just rolling the dice and saying, let me just try it out. Let me take a chance on love, you know? We also have Fantasyland, yeah. And we have secrets coming to light. Interesting. So what's actually happening here seems pretty in alignment with what I was just talking about. It seems like there's a lot of like being in your head or kind of dreaming and fantasizing about this connection and what could be versus really putting forth that tangible effort. Because even you guys are picking up on this, that the tangible effort part of things feels more like wishful thinking. So even though you're feeling this connection with this person, I think that a part of you realizes that it's not going to go anywhere unless someone actually does something, unless someone actually rolls the dice, takes a chance, and becomes the change they wish to see here. We also have secrets coming to light. So there could be some realizations coming in about this connection that you're having in the near future, or maybe you're currently having these realizations now. King of Swords could also be talking about communication. So there could be communication coming in from this person, or something they've said to you recently that's making you realize some secrets that you didn't know before. So overall, I would definitely say that you guys seem to be picking up on the reality within your assumptions, certain aspects of it. So this is what I'm seeing going on in the present. Don't forget to head on over to Psychic Goddess Erika's channel so that you can see where this connection is headed coming into the future. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in a new reading very soon. Bye. Hey there, group 2. If you guys picked out the Aqua Obsidian Stone, then you found your way to your reading. And what we're doing in today's reading is looking into your assumptions about what's going on in your connection with your person versus the reality of what's going on. So I'm going to be tapping into present energies in this reading, and then you guys will head on over to Psychic Goddess Erika's channel to look at the future of the connection. Okay. So your assumptions of what's happening. We have passion. Okay, we also have frigid. So that's hot and cold energy right off the bat there. So there could be a lot of hot and cold energy you're getting from this person. We also have love cords, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Okay. So I definitely feel as though you guys could be maybe in like a current separation from this person in the present, or maybe you feel a little bit of like a physical distance from them. But like, even though there could be a physical distance from them right now or a separation, there's definitely this feeling that you still are connected with love cords being on here. So you guys could actually be like, maybe not currently talking to this person for whatever reason, and be feeling like you're still connected to them in some way energetically. That's usually what love cords talks about. This could be like a 5D connection of some sort, where like you guys feel each other even when you're not together. Yeah. So I definitely feel like you guys are perceiving there to be a lot of passion and chemistry in this connection. There's a lot of that like sexual energy coming in here. There's a lot of desire that this person has for you and that you want with them. And I also think that you guys are perceiving that there's potential here for a deeper emotional connection as well, because, you know, the Ace of Cups talks about like potential for a really beautiful, loving connection. And I think that there are feelings here that you guys are perceiving, romantic feelings. It's just that with the Ace of Cups, you know, it's just potential energy unless we decide to act on it. And with the frigid energy coming in here, this is talking about getting iced out or someone not being happy or needing a timeout a little bit here. So there could be like a little bit of a pause in being able to actually put in the effort to grow this love into something more. You know, it's a lot of hot and cold energy that I'm getting with this person. So you guys could have like an on and off sort of relationship with them where they come in really hot and then they leave and they kind of ice you out and you're like, what is going on? You guys could also be just perceiving this person may not be happy with you right now. Like maybe there's a need to take space, yet you still feel each other with those love cords. Queen of Pentacles, this is an interesting one to come in here. You guys have a lot of like all the elements, you know? So you've got like passionate, you've got love, you've also got practical here with the Queen of Pentacles. There is an energy here of like nurturing with the Queen of Pentacles. This is also talking about like your business, like taking care of your responsibilities. So for some of you, I think you could be perceiving this person as being frigid because maybe you feel as though they have other responsibilities outside of this connection. And what's interesting, like when we're looking at the way the cards are all like positioned here, the Queen of Pentacles is like focused away from the rest of the energy. It's like she's more focused on her baby and her lamb than she is like looking on the connection. It would be different if like the way we had laid the cards out, she was facing this direction, right? So it does kind of feel as though you're perceiving your person as being a little bit distracted or needing to focus on other things. This could also be your energy, my viewer, too. Like maybe you're the one that's kind of needing the space, even though you feel the passion, you feel the connection, you feel the love, like maybe you're the one that's needing the space from this person. Let's see what else we get. Yes. Okay, so we have all talk, no action. So I think the problem in this relationship right now, the reason for this frigid energy is that you're perceiving that this person is not putting in that tangible effort, which makes sense because we have a lot of energy here with love cords and the Ace of Pentacles. Like this is literally just an energy cord. It's spiritual. It's not physical. It's not something that we're tangibly taking action on. And the Ace of Cups is the same thing. Like potential is only potential, and it will only ever be potential unless somebody's willing to actually put forth a tangible effort here. So there's definitely this energy of like, I feel like you, my viewer, are wanting like a more stable, secure connection. And maybe this person has been talking a good game, but then they're not putting forth that tangible effort that you need. And if you guys are, my viewer, the one showing up here as this Queen of Pentacles, like you would expect someone to come to the table being ready to put forth that effort to match your energy. For others of you, this could be your person's energy too, of like maybe you're perceiving them as like shut off to you because you've been all talk, no action. That could be a thing as well. We have commitment rings here. So that's interesting because it's like, to me, there's like this undertone of like knowing or assuming that the two of you are still like committed to each other in a sense, or connected to each other, or wanting a higher level of commitment. But like it has to come with the actions. Interesting. So let's kind of see what's actually going on and compare it to your assumptions here. So what's actually going on is the energy of confusion, blowing bubbles. Makes sense already. We have feminine, Ten of Swords, Page of Swords. So yeah, I definitely think that you guys, in your assumptions, are picking up on the reality of what's going on in some aspects here, because what's really happening here is that there's a lot of confusion in this relationship. And I feel like this is more, I'm sure that you guys are feeling confused too, which is probably why you came to this reading. But I think that your person is also confused because they're showing up in this very lighthearted energy of blowing bubbles. And this is like a very non-committal, go with the flow, airy-fairy type of energy. Like this is an energy of kind of just wanting to have fun. And I think that this is why you guys are perceiving them as being all talk, no action. Because this is not the type of energy that's going to be like, let's make plans and let's follow through with the plans. It's going to be more about like just living in the moment and being more spontaneous here. So like maybe that's also why you're getting that passion, because I think probably when this person does connect with you, it's a lot of fun and you feel that chemistry with them. But they're just not necessarily showing up, in my opinion, as someone that's like going to be able to match a Queen of Pentacles energy. They're showing up here as a Page of Swords. So I think that this person may have just gone through like a really traumatic ending of something in their life. Like maybe they've gone through like a breakup. We do have feminine here. So like they could have gone through like a breakup or just been dealing with some sort of rock bottom energy in their life. And so I think because of this, they're showing up as being very confused about like what it is that they actually want from a relationship right now. And so it's like, I think that they're drawn to you, my viewer, for your feminine energy. I think that they perceive you as being like really nurturing, very loving with the Queen of Pentacles and the feminine coming in. They enjoy being around you. But I also think that this person could be showing up as being more in a feminine energy of just like wanting to lean back and flow versus take a lot of action, right? Like if we had masculine coming through here, this would be talking about them wanting to actually take action, because the masculine energy is about action. The feminine energy is about receiving, right? So I think right now this person is more in a place of like maybe needing to receive energy versus like being able to give energy due to whatever it is that they've been through. This person is also showing up as being very much in their head with the Page of Swords here. So it's like, it's like it's a lot of what's contributing to their confusion. I think that they overthink things. And I think this person might be also a little bit guarded because of the ending that they've gone through in their life with someone else. This ending could be talking about something that happened between you guys as well. Like if you guys have really closed off your energy to them, they could be perceiving that as like an ending that was really painful for them. And so it's left them feeling like really confused and really just kind of stuck in their head. And so with the Page of Swords, it's like there's this desire to communicate with you and try to clear the air, but it's like immature. Like they still aren't really confident to be able to express themselves, if that makes sense. We also have spend quality time. So it's like, I think that they do have a desire to spend quality time with you. It's just that the way that they're going about it is super casual compared to like what you all, I think, are wanting here. We also have money struggles. Okay. So yeah, I think that this person could be going through some challenges with finances as well. And this could be impacting the amount of effort that they're able to tangibly put in. So it's interesting because it's like all of these potential energies are up here with the love cords, the Ace of Cups, the passion. But I think because this person is struggling financially and they're maybe a little immature, it's like they may know and have a level of awareness that they can't really offer anything solid to you, which is why when they do come forward to connect, it's more of this casual energy, because that's really all, it seems like that's all they can really offer to you right now, pile 2. So very interesting energy. I'm going to go ahead and close out the reading there. Be sure to head on over to Psychic Goddess Erika's channel so that you can look at the future of where this connection is headed. The link to her video will be in the description box down below. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in a new reading very soon. Bye. Hey there, pile 3. If you guys picked out the selenite heart, then you found your way to your reading. So we're going to be looking at a present energy check-in with you and your person. First, starting off with what your assumption is of what's happening in this relationship, and then we'll take a look at what's actually happening in the relationship. And then once you watch my video, make sure you guys head over to Psychic Goddess Erika's channel so that you guys can see what the future of this connection is as the energy stands today. So, your assumptions of what's happening in this connection. We have fun. We have reckless. Okay. We have perfect match. We have the 7 of Swords. And we have the Justice card. Wow. Okay, let me get these straightened out. Interesting. This is a very like intense kind of energy that I'm getting here for assumptions. So I definitely feel as though you guys are perceiving this connection as like being a lot of fun, with fun coming in here. There does seem to be this energy of like really enjoying this person's company. I do feel like there's a lot of passion in this connection. And it's interesting with reckless coming in right next to this, because when I think of reckless being next to the fun, I almost wonder if like you and this person do like really like thrill-seeking sort of activities together, if you will, because this talks about like acting recklessly, getting lit. So it's like, I think that you guys might bond with this person over like certain types of activities or energies that are more like daredevil-y, if that makes sense. Like even this is a hot air balloon. Like, you know, hot air balloon isn't necessarily reckless. I guess it is if you're afraid of heights. But like, I think of you guys doing like, I don't know, like bungee jumping or going out partying or like just doing things that are like kind of living on the edge, if that makes sense. And there is an energy of like feeling like you're very equally yoked with this person, with perfect match. There's definitely like a soul level connection here. With the Justice card, I think that there's this energy of commitment. Like you feel a connection, a commitment to this person, a deep commitment. Some of you guys, whether you're aware of it or not, the Justice card also can talk about lessons, right? It can talk about karmic relationships, like a karmic contract. That's why this says soul contract. So it's like you and this person may have been pre-contracted before coming into this lifetime to meet up and teach each other a lesson for your individual soul's evolution. So you guys may or may not believe in that or be aware of that, but that's kind of what I'm seeing here with the soul contract coming in. It's like this person is in your life to teach you some sort of a really important lesson about yourself. So you guys might be picking up on that here with the Assumptions card. And this would also make sense with the reckless energy, because this card also kind of talks about like volatility in relationships, or someone in the connection having like a more explosive personality, needing to protect yourself is coming in here. So there's like a little bit of an assumption of like maybe this person triggers you in some way, or there's like an energy in this connection that may not always be the healthiest, right? It could feel very like, it could just feel triggering maybe sometimes with this person. And that I think is where the lesson is coming in. Now we also have the 7 of Swords here, which talks about deception and strategy. It's really interesting here with it being right next to reckless. So I think that maybe a lot of you perceive this person to maybe be a little bit dishonest at times. deception, the Seven of Swords can just kind of talk about like someone moving in silence, doing things behind your back, not necessarily like sharing everything that they should be sharing with you as a partner, kind of keeping secrets, holding themselves back from being totally open and expressive, right? So there could be an assumption here for some of you around like dishonesty as well with this person. And it could be coming from this volatility here with the Reckless card too. We have travel. We also have building something real. Right. So it's like there's definitely a side of you that feels like you and this person are really like, that you guys are really like, like the card says, you're really building a foundation with this person is how I think you guys are perceiving it. Like the soul contract card with the Justice, this can also be talking about like marriage. So maybe you see this person as like your future spouse, or maybe you guys are already married to this person. Because there does seem to be already like a solid like commitment here, legal commitment for some of you. And with travel coming in, this can talk about like an assumption that you guys will be maybe traveling together or making movement together just energetically within this connection. I'm also wondering if some of that Seven of Swords energy has to do with traveling for some. Like maybe some of you guys feel like this person, maybe when you guys are not always together, right? Like maybe when there's like a distance, maybe you feel that this person isn't always honest with you about what they're doing. That could be something for some of you. Okay, so let's look and see what's really happening in this connection and kind of compare it to your assumptions here. So what's really happening here is the energy of rejection. We have Wicked. We have Violets Are Blue. The Ten of Wands. The Sun. Okay. So what's really happening here, you guys, is I feel like you and this person are maybe working through some differences right now with rejection. And I think that with the Sun card coming in, maybe all of this is being illuminated for you. Okay. And I do feel like there are certain things coming through here that you are aware of in your assumptions here. So rejection, it doesn't always have to mean that like one person has rejected the other and that you guys are breaking up. Maybe for some of you that is the case, right? For others of you, I see this as differences. We've got one match that's lit, the other one that's put out. Somebody feels put out in this connection right now. So it could be you, my viewer, it could be the other person. And with the Wicked card coming in here, this talks about cheating. It talks about a false portrayal, mischievous, harmful behavior. This is really tying in very well with that Seven of Swords and the Reckless energy. It's like there is someone in this connection that maybe hasn't been totally honest about like who they are or what they're doing, or maybe they've told lies. Maybe they portrayed themselves to be something that they weren't, right? And so it's definitely left this energy here of burdens with the Ten of Wands. Like someone in this relationship is feeling like they have the weight of the relationship on their shoulders and that they're not really getting a lot of support here. Intuitively, I'm feeling it's you, my viewer, but it could be the other person as well. Like that, it's like this feeling of like, ugh, I'm holding up. The only reason the light is on in this connection is because of me, right? You see that here with the one person. She's like inside this light bulb, and it's only her energy that's keeping it on, and it's draining her life force, if you will. But again, I think you guys are realizing this right now with that Ten of Wands. When I think of a light bulb, I think of an aha moment, and I think of the same thing with the Sun. This talks about illumination and growth. So it's like whatever has happened in this connection, you, my viewer, are realizing the truth of it right now. Things that were once in the dark are now coming into the light. And this is allowing you the opportunity to grow and learn from the experience. The sun is also really warm, beautiful energy that we like to see in a love reading because it usually indicates feelings of joy and happiness. But for you guys, I'm more so reading it as a light is being shown on something really important about this relationship that maybe you weren't seeing before because you could have been blinded by passion, which is totally normal. It happens to all of us. So with the violets are blue here, there is still something about loyalty that's being questioned. It definitely feels as though somebody has been dishonest in this relationship. And so it's like, maybe this is why loyalty is coming through here. It's like somebody's loyalty is being questioned right now in this connection. But I also kind of feel like someone in this relationship is still wanting to be loyal, perhaps, and maybe work through the differences here of what happened. Let's see. We also have bringing out the best in each other. And we have ready for love. So, like, regardless of what you all are choosing to do with this relationship, you guys, I don't, because it's ultimately up to you. Like if you know that someone has been dishonest with you and this is coming into the light, I think that sometimes these experiences allow for us to have an opportunity to rebuild something, So for those of you that are kind of resonating with the message of like staying loyal and working things out with this person, it feels as though like you could be ready for that and you want to bring out the best in each other here. But the key word being each other. Like it can't be all on your shoulders, For others of you, I think that this rejection energy is talking about you realizing what this person did. You're not okay with it. And you're realizing that like you're ready for real love. You're ready for real love with someone that is really going to be a true equal partner to you, where you're not going to have this like weight on your shoulders of the whole connection. You want somebody that's going to really bring out the best in you and you bring out the best in them versus this more like volatile kind of energy that we have here in the assumptions section of the reading. So this is really interesting, group 3. It definitely feels like you guys are pretty aware of what's happening in this connection versus like your assumptions. So let me know how the message resonated in the comments below. And don't forget to head on over to Psychic Goddess Erika's channel so that you can see the future potential energy of this connection. Thank you guys for watching. If you're not subscribed, please do so. And I'll see you in a new reading very soon.